Gabriella is up next in Jackson, Mississippi. Gabriella, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Mr. Coleman, thank you so much for taking my call.
You bet. What's going on?
I'm at a bit of an impasse, and I need some clarification as to whether I made the right decision in leaving my job place or if I need to completely leave my career.
Okay. So tell me what's going on at the impasse. Describe it.
Well, quite frankly, I was at my previous job working the proximity principle that you describe in your book. And I got pretty unexpectedly and badly burned.
Okay.
And to this day, I'm uncertain as to how and why that happened.
How long ago did this happen?
Recently, like a month or two ago.
Okay. What is your what's your career field?
I'm a teacher.
Okay. So the question is, should I leave teaching altogether, the education field? And unless it's not aligned with your sweet spot, then I'd say you'd stay. But I think you've got to weigh how much this last experience burned you so much that to the point where you go, I don't want anything to do with anything surrounding this field. And if that's emotion, then we've got to get healthy on that and then come back around and go, wait a second, that was just a bad situation. Doesn't mean I leave the field, but was it the right place? Was it the right thing to leave the place? Feels like it might have been. So where's your confusion between, did I make the wrong decision in leaving, or should I leave altogether? Where's the confusion for you?
Well, I transferred to a different school, but I guess what's gnawing at me is I don't know if I had a poor experience because I was a bad teacher or because I had a work environment problem with the administration or the other teachers, or
what evidence?
If it was specific to me or if it was specific to someone else.
What's your gut right now? Tell me what your gut is. And I know you're partly you're kind of confused, but what's your gut?
Well, to the best of my understanding, I don't know. I like to think that if I had made a mistake, that they would have told me about it so that I could fix it. But I never got the opportunity to know what I did wrong. So
they just laid you off one day. They just walked in and said, "Hey, you're gone."
Basically, yeah. And it was very sneaky too, because, what I had done was I had asked to shadow my principal because I want to be a principal someday.
Okay. Okay. Good.
And and he said yes originally. And then nothing happened. I asked him about it again a couple of weeks later. He said sure. So I emailed him, tried to set it all up, and nothing happened again. Then my class was taken away from me at that school. And then when I asked about coming back the next year, he ghosted me and then gave me a poor reference for my next job.
Well, okay, now that's what I want to know. What'd the reference say? What are you comfortable sharing?
I don't know. I don't know what it said. I just know that.
You just know, but you got the job anyway?
I did. Because I had stellar references from everyone else but him, and when I had asked him for a reference, he said yes, and then he gave me a poor one. And the only reason I know that is because my new boss said it was rather poor.
Okay, so you had good relationships with other teachers from that previous school?
Yeah, and I had good relationships with other administrators or people in head positions that I had asked to give.
Well, you know what? So it's two things here. Number one, it doesn't feel like it really affected you. You got the job. It hurts your feelings. It doesn't feel great, but you got the job. So he didn't hold you back much. So to the extent that you want more answers, if it were me, I feel like there's people at that school that know what happened, and they'll be willing to talk about it now that you're gone, assuming you have a real relationship with them. And I'd call some people and go, hey, I'm not trying to rabble rouse. I've moved on. I got a position. But I sure would love to know if there's anything that I can learn. I don't need you to tell me what the reference said or all that, but I'd like to know, was there something, are you aware of something that I did that caused this thing to go sour that would help me be a better professional and a better person? That's how I'd approach that. Make sense?
Yeah, but does that mean that I should leave the education field altogether?
No.
No.
We're not even there. No, but listen, we're not there. I'm not even there yet. I'm just saying if you want to get closure on that, then that's the way to do it. But I see no reason. You've given me no evidence as to why you would leave the education field. The only reason I would tell you to leave the education field is if you weren't in your sweet spot. Are you in your sweet spot when you're teaching? Do you love the work?
I love to teach.
Yeah, you pretty good at it, despite what the principal said from the past school?
I like to think so.
Yeah.
My students say so.
Yeah, you love the
Some days.
results? What fires you up? What do you love most about teaching kids? Tell me the result that really fires your heart up.
Just knowing that I taught them something and made an impression on them for something that's good.
Yeah. Gabriella, I got great news. You got hurt, but you escaped. You escaped. You got out of a situation where you don't know why. You got knifed in the back. It didn't stop you. It didn't hold you back. You have total clarity. Just because you got one person, that's all you've told me. One person gave you a bad reference does not mean you are disqualified to teach. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you go yet because I'm not sure you believe that yet. Now, Gabriella, do you believe that?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Listen, you need to heal. Get healing on this. Talk to somebody, whether it be a professional counselor or just a really good friend. Surround yourself with some people who think Gabriella is a rock star because you are. And you just need to heal. This hurts. I'm just going to tell you, folks, that's all she's dealing with. It hurts. Now, you know what? Let me be transparent for just a moment. My team, everybody in the control room can tell you that I could get 7 emails, 10 emails, 100 emails. I could get thousands of emails saying nice things about the show. One negative comment, I got to watch myself. And by the way, even though I'm confessing it, you all are the same way. It's the human condition. 100 people say something good, one person says something bad, and that's all you can focus on. Listen, I was in a meeting the other day with Damon Gall, my brand manager, and he was giving me we had some survey stuff and some stuff, and he was like, man, this is a lot of great stuff in here, and he was walking through some of it, and I got ahead of him, and he said, all right, I'm going to stop talking because you're not listening to me. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm looking at all the negative stuff. I mean, I just came out and owned it. I said, I'm looking at all the negative stuff first. I want to get that out of the way. Okay, that's not healthy. It's not healthy. But I'm just confessing it. So here's the deal, Gabriella, and everybody else out there. Welcome to the human race. The negative stuff hurts. Deal with it. It hurts. Go ahead and deal with it. Go ahead. It's like a splinter. Pull it out. Put the alcohol on it or whatever, the Band-Aid, and move on. But if you don't deal with it, then it's just going to stay rattling around in your head. And just be aware of that. Gabrielle, there's nothing about you that disqualifies you at all. Go forward.